the Holiday Inn in Reading. That beacon of lovely architecture, that non-carbuncle.
And in that sense, it will be my own small contribution towards a vision of Britain.
This bit of paper here could actually get myself and the director, the producer and the crew all arrested, because this bit of paper is notes that were made from a document that we really shouldn't have seen, according to the state. In fact, this was made from an MI5 document. And what it relates to is the flight Pan Am 103, the Lockerbie flight. In 1995, an American intelligence summary written 3 months before the bombing was released under the US Freedom of Information Act. It warned of a terrorist attack and specifically mentioned Pan Am as a likely target. Pamela Dix, whose brother died in the bombing, wrote to John Major about this. It was at this point that MI5 got involved. This document here says the US State Department will try to monitor any future requests for information under the Freedom of Information Act, so we are not put on the defensive again. So in effect, the security forces here, MI5, are in collusion with the security forces in America to try and stop the relatives of people who died in Lockerbie from getting the information they have a legal right and a moral right to.
Certainly my immediate impression is to take exception to the idea that requests for information would be monitored in any way.
Well, the other thing that's significant is where they say it is difficult to see what difference a further warning would make. To me, it's a question of adding up 2 and 2 to make 4. And if you have a series of warnings, the cumulative effect of such warnings must have a greater impression than perhaps a single warning. And the fact that these warnings were specific to Pan Am is still something that even this document suggests is not relevant. And we fail to see how this can possibly be the case.
I think what this sort of thing suggests is that we cannot be confident that appropriate use is made of information available before these atrocities. And that will continue to be the case so long as those affected by the atrocities remain uncertain as to whether they have been told everything that was available beforehand. And the question arises immediately, of course, of whether September the 11th would still have happened had the full truth about the run-up to Lockerbie been known and the lessons applied. And we do not have confidence that that's the case.
We thought Jack Straw should see our notes on the document, so he dropped a copy into his office and waited. And waited. And waited. And waited. A week later and Jack Straw still hasn't got back to us. All he's done is pass the letter on from the Foreign Office to the Home Office, who haven't commented on it. So what have we learnt at the end of all of this? We've learnt that Britain's secrecy laws are wholly inappropriate for our needs as human beings in the 21st century. They're either absurd, so I can show you, tell you about something on the map, but can't show you it on the map because it's been excluded, or it's even more absurd. Ray Fox wants to know why there's 40 times the level of plutonium in his garden that should be there, and the MOD, all they say is, well, we can't comment because we've never owned or used the site. Well, it doesn't matter. This is plutonium, right? It's very dangerous. If it's not yours, it's someone. You should be finding out about it. We've got a situation where I can be arrested because of the Official Secrets Act, because I've seen a document that shows that the British government seemed to be colluding with the Americans to deny the relatives of the Lockerbie bombing access to information, which seems absolutely mad that you're stopping people finding out the truth about their loved ones. The only glimmer of hope we've got on the horizon is that when we spoke to Nick Wilkinson from the D-Notice Committee, he said, yes, that's absurd that Burfield is on the map, I should talk to the MOD. And the MOD turned around and said, yes, it's absurd, we'll put them all back. So the MOD have said they're going to put all the sites back on the map next year. So if you live near a military installation that's not on the map, let us know, because we want to check that it's there next year. Not really a blow for democracy, more of a limp-wristed slap, but better than nothing. Is that all right if I sketch that?
There are bylaws to stop you filming the establishment.
OK.
So
all right.
You can edit the bit out about the establishment.
This is the atomic weapons. This is where they put them together, isn't it?
Well, I haven't a clue what they do. I just go around the boxes.
Oh, I'll tell you, mate. They put them together, eh?
All right. OK. Mark Thomas is the chap's name, and it's Channel 4 TV, over. Roger. OK, that's all I wanted. Thanks.
OK, thanks a lot. Cheers. Do you not want their names? Do you not want their names as well?